Hello there. Thank you very much for tuning in, whatever you do on YouTube, watching this video. This is purely a feedback video for my channel. What do I mean by feedback? Well, basically it gives you the opportunity to ask me any questions or put forward any ideas that you may have, and I hopefully can try and answer those questions, or perhaps make a video that's appropriate. It just gives me some sort of way of communicating with you or anyone who follows my channel, which I've always felt was useful. It's always nice to know what interests people the most. So that's the idea behind the feedback videos, and I think they've been pretty well received, to be honest. They're certainly giving me some good ideas that I had never thought of doing. So thank you for that. The second thing I need to do is say thank you to anyone who has contributed to my PayPal Me PeakFiddler. That really is going to be so useful, because I'm trying to put together a booklet with all of the tunes that I've composed, and there are many of them. If you follow this channel, you will know there are many of them, into some sort of a nice booklet that can be used and referred to. So that's what I'm currently working on. Thank you very much if you have contributed to that, and if you wish to contribute, there is a link in the description for this video. Moving on, I've had a number of interesting responses, but I'll just say what I have tried to do this week to respond to queries that you've raised. Certainly the first one was Sí Bheag and Mhór. I tried to make a teaching video. Well, it's a performance video and a teaching video earlier this week, so hopefully that will give you something to refer to. Plus, of course, I've provided the notation as well. The interesting thing was that was hit straight away by a copyright strike by YouTube, which I contested, of course, because the tune actually does have earlier roots. Before O'Carolan adapted it, there was an earlier melody, which some say he may have taken and adapted. So I used a lot of that as evidence in providing a reasoning why I felt this tune should still be in the public domain. And YouTube have written to me this week and saying, yeah, PeakFiddler, we agree with you, we will now close that issue. So that's one good thing. And the second one I made, of course, was a video about how I play the tune Stray Away Child, which is a Michael Gorman tune. Once again, I quoted Michael Gorman's original reference to that tune, and I'm still awaiting a decision on that one. So whether that one will be a copyright infringement or not, I don't know. If it is, and there's an issue, it might have to be taken down. So hurry up and watch that one if you haven't already done so. Hopefully it won't be, though. I also tried to make a video, well, I say tried to, I made a video explaining how I understand the tablature system to work on a violin. Because as you know, when I upload notation, I always try and give a version in tab as well, for those who may not be familiar with reading musical notation. And I've had a number of queries actually about how does this tab system work. Well, this time I made a video, so hopefully that will make it quite clear as to exactly how I use tab and how it is portrayed on any musical notation that I upload to the community section. I use a basic tablature converter that's available on a mandolin website, which is why it always shows the word mandolin beside the four strings of the violin or the mandolin. So in actual fact it says the word mandolin, but of course the fingering of the mandolin is exactly the same as the violin. So that's why I use that. Currently, this coming week, I'm working on a number of different things. I'm working on the notation booklet I mentioned already. That's starting to shape up. I'm hoping well, I'm actually in the process of about to upload a new album. So that will be my second album. But more importantly, you will most be probably interested in the videos that I hope to make. And the ones that I've got down here now is there's interest in blues fiddle, so I've got something lined up for that. Electric rock fiddle, that seems to be something that's growing in interest, so I shall try and do something on that. Mhór or Carolan, definitely, got that definitely planned. Another interesting idea, somebody wants to know about easy ways to learn to read music notation. There are no easy ways, I think, as such, but there are certain techniques you can use to try and simplify the process. So I'm making a video on that one. That will be a bit time consuming, trying to figure out the best way to do it because of the graphics involved. But that should appear at some stage. Another really interesting one is I've had somebody from Canada contact me regarding tune dance rhythms appertaining to Irish dancing. Now obviously you've got jigs, you've got single jigs, double jigs, slip jigs, and then you've got slides. It's fascinating, and of course I imagine, not being an Irish dancer, but I know that you approach these dances in different ways. So I shall be making a video which covers those different rhythms, possibly including hornpipes and polkas as well, and of course reels. So those are all the different rhythms that you might encounter if you're a dancer. So that's something I'm definitely very keen to make and put together. The Balkan tunes, I haven't completely got my head around that yet, but it's coming. Definitely, the Balkan tune collection will be a one-off video, perhaps with one, maybe two Balkan tunes put into a little compilation. Not sure about that one yet, but it's definitely going to happen, because the tunes are exciting and they're really, really suitable for the fiddle. So that's something that's going to happen. Violin bows, yeah, I have a number of violin bows that are budget bows. I don't tend to buy expensive ones. I tend to buy low-cost ones, and some of them perform better than others, so there's a video coming along about that. So there's a lot to happen, and I know that at this time of the year things go a little bit quieter on the YouTube front for anyone who's involved in fiddle music, because we're all out playing, of course. And in England, lockdown is we're slowly coming out of lockdown now. If you want, you can go and have a nice meal and a pint in an outside pub garden at the moment. So we're not allowed in the pubs or anything like that, but you can go and sit in the gardens and enjoy a meal with your family. So we're slowly coming out of lockdown, so that means that the gigs will soon start to happen. So I'm hoping that that will happen soon, and of course it keeps me busy as well, so I might not make quite as many videos over the summer period, but I'll still keep them coming, and I've got this list. Finally, you're probably saying, thank goodness for that. But finally, I made the video, Don't Tell Richie. That's a tune that I love, because that particular tune I used to play with the band as a warm-up. And a lot of the guys in the band are a bit rock and roll. you know, the drummer, the bass guitar player, the guitar player, they're all a bit rock and roll. Despite the fact that we're playing ceilidh music, we can lend our hands to anything because we do folk rock as well. And yeah, I used to use that particular tune, which is actually a sort of spoof of the tune by Ritchie Blackmore, which is in actual fact his tune Black Night. I don't know if you've heard of the group Deep Purple, but they released that particular recording, Black Night, in 1970. And I guess, well, yeah, I was just sort of a young guy around that time, and it's something that stuck. That particular riff, do 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 do, great. It just works fantastically well on the fiddle, and because of the interest I had in that, I thought, oh yeah, rock violin. Let's have a look at that. So that's something I want to definitely cover because it's actually quite straightforward to do. There's no magic about it. You do tend to see people on YouTube going wild with violin that sounds as though it's a guitar, but actually it's quite easy to do. But shh, don't tell anyone, and I'll try and spill the beans on that one. So there's loads to do. I hope I haven't forgotten anything or anyone. I'm trying to remember as much as I possibly can. I'm writing everything down, typing it all out so I don't forget. So it's exciting times, and yeah, I hope you're finding this feedback video number 3 to be useful. Please let me know. You know, only nice comments, please. And certainly I'll try and do another one next Sunday and show how I've responded to your comments anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great week. I hope the weather's nice for you there. It's certainly improved here in England, and you know, and I hope things are getting better for you. Okay, thanks for watching. You take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye now.